Hello there everybody, Bulabo10000 here, bringing you another #BBTT Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Twitter Theory video, and today we are going to be taking a look at a Twitter theory by user @CBChrono, who's made a thread predicting why he thinks not only is Banjo and Kazooie coming to Smash, but Minecraft Steve could be coming as well. Most of the time when we see threads about these characters, it's usually about one or the other, and oftentimes the threads are trying to bash the other character. So the Banjo threads bash the Steve character, the Steve threads bash the Banjo character, but having someone claim that both of them could potentially get into the game, now that is exciting news for me, because not only is that actually one of my preferred DLC outcomes, but I think it is a viewpoint that not a lot of us have really put a lot of stock into, and I think it is something to at least take a look at and see how it is. So, Chrono created this Twitter thread. I have not read the thread, I just took screenshots of it so I could read it with you guys right now, and we are going to take a look at this thread and we are going to see what we shall see. And I'm going to read through the entire thread before I make judgments, as it mostly reads like a massive paragraph as opposed to multiple points. So, let's do this. So here's another #BBTT. I've been making this prediction here and there about both Steve from Minecraft and Banjo and Kazooie from Banjo and Kazooie getting into Smash Ultimate, but I've only briefly backed it up as Steve being the Microsoft rep and Banjo being a legacy character. But how does it continue from there? But here I'm gonna flesh it out into a theory, but please note that it's just a theory built around a prediction with little backbone until now, so please bear with me here. To start, here's a brief summary of who these characters are. Steve is Minecraft's default avatar, created back in 2009. He's pretty much been the face of Minecraft next to the Creeper's face, and has been pretty iconic for a decade now. Banjo and Kazooie are characters from a Nintendo 64 platformer under the same name, which was created by Rare back in 1998. They've basically been a big name in Rare's library of games next to Conker and GoldenEye 007. Now that I've explained that, onto the theory. But first, let's recap on why Steve will be the main Microsoft rep. So, Steve has been a big name in the Smash speculation scene since the leaked Vergaben brought up that Minecraft content would be included in Smash for the base game. He didn't specify what that representation would be though, a stage, a boss, a character. After Smash came out, or when it was leaked, the Minecraft content was nowhere to be found, but Steve stayed in speculation for a while, or at least that's my understanding of it. Microsoft also tweeted out, "We really dig Super Smash Bros," which hinted at Steve potentially joining. There has been many other leaks, hints and such, leading to Steve being the possible Microsoft rep. So for this theory, let's just pretend or say he's confirmed, so we can move on to the main topic of this theory. Banjo also joining the roster. Why I think this is that it would: 1, it would attract the Banjo fans and introduce people to Banjo, you know the drill. 2, give the fan service everyone has been waiting for. Now for a little reasoning. Banjo was said to be in Melee, but there were some difficulties leading to him not joining. I think it was time constraints. Banjo was also pretty high in the Smash ballot, as far as we know, and is pretty high in fan ballots. Now, what if Microsoft were to give us both a regular rep, but someone we've been wanting for a long time? It'd boost the sales and appeal of Fighter Pack 2. It'd also settle the debate between Steve and Banjo fans. Finally though, we've yet to see a double DLC reveal. Sure, we've had double reveals, a la Simon and Richter, Ken and Incineroar, and so on, but if you think about it, each reveal has something that separates it from another reveal. Joker proving that you don't need to be the mascot of the franchise, Cloud proving that you don't gotta be on a Nintendo console, Ryu proving that you can come from another fighting game, and so on. People have chased the trend of, what have they done already? A double DLC reveal could be put in the same category as a double reveal, but that is DLC we're talking about, which in all honesty feels like a different game than the base reveals. I think it's better that the people focus on what Nintendo hasn't done in past DLC reveals. A double DLC reveal would work greatly, and if it's in the same pack, that could save room for 3 more packs, which don't have to be 2 characters in one pack. This could be an exception due to Banjo's popularity. But who knows? That's for you lot to decide, right? Thanks for coming out to my TED Talk. Had to do it to ya. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts on this specific thread. I was expecting a bit more in terms of the reasonings for both characters. Instead, it kind of glosses over that, and it focuses more on this double DLC reveal thing. So let's go back through the thread. I've got this all on screenshots here. Let's go back through the thread and look at it from the beginning. So he talks about, obviously, who the characters are and why they both deserve to be in the game. Nobody can deny that both of them do deserve to be in the game if we're going by gaming relevancy, iconic gaming characters, and the fact that they have been on Nintendo platforms. All of that makes sense. So Chrono brings up the Vergaben Minecraft content leak. However, we did find out soon after the game released, I believe, that the reason why Vergaben thought this was because the Rathalos fight in the game is actually called End Dragon, or Ender Dragon. I think it was just End Dragon in the files, and of course that would make you think, oh, it's the End Dragon from Minecraft. I believe this was already kind of disconfirmed, so Vergaben not really the best source of information for the DLC so far. He didn't really get Joker right, for example. I believe he said no Atlas reps, and, well, we got an Atlas rep. So, yeah, that was, yeah. Steve stayed in speculation, though, and he's still in speculation, of course, because he simply is one of the big characters that Microsoft could bring to the Smash scene, and everyone is pretty much convinced that Microsoft is going to get a character because Nintendo and Microsoft have been so fun and happy and working together and enjoying each other's company and going on romantic dates for two on a Ferris wheel and all that fun stuff. And that means that obviously Steve, Master Chief, and Banjo and Kazooie are the big names that are going to be in contention from Microsoft because they're the ones that make the most sense. And it's not necessarily Steve is not popular just because of Vergaben. He's popular because he's one of Microsoft's best choices. Obviously, there was that tweet, "We really dig Super Smash Bros," which was, I believe, posted by Xbox Live. I recall that was a thing. I've mentioned it in a few videos in the past. I'm not going to say it's specifically 100% confirmation of Steve. If anything, it's just confirmation that we're probably going to get a character from them. I feel like they wouldn't have tweeted that otherwise, but I don't think they'd be that obvious in revealing it to be Steve. Though if Steve does show up, we can use that as genuine evidence in hindsight. And obviously there have been leaks, there have been hints, there have been rumors, but this theory obviously then goes to Banjo and says, hey, this would attract the Banjo fans, it'd introduce people to Banjo, and it would give fan service that everyone's been waiting for. Fair enough. Fair enough, we know that Banjo will sell well. No one has ever denied the reasonings behind Banjo and Kazooie coming to Smash. That's never been their issue. Their issue hasn't been, oh, well, do people really want these characters? No, that's not the issue. The issue is whether Microsoft is willing to let it happen. Obviously, Banjo was said to be in Melee, and I believe that because back then I believe Rare was still owned by Nintendo, or at least they were more affiliated with Nintendo before they went over to Microsoft. So, we also know that Banjo was really high in the Smash ballot. He won the Smash Reddit tournament last year. Obviously, we can assume he's high in the Smash ballot. I wouldn't deny that. I do think he's probably up there, even if the Smash ballot may not come into play when it comes to these DLC characters. And of course, he is high in the fan ballots. We can agree with that. But the thing is, I disagree with the idea of getting both of these characters in the same fighter pack, because I feel like it would diminish both of these characters from having their own spotlight. We know from the marketing, from the fighter pack, from pretty much everything, that it is one character per fighter pack. One character, one stage, and a whole bunch of music. So if we are gonna get both of these characters, it's gonna take up 2 of the 4 remaining slots. It's not gonna take up 1 of the 4 remaining slots. Because even though Microsoft probably could get 2 characters if they really wanted to, you can't justify putting them in the same fighter pack because it's extra work on Nintendo's part. They're probably only making 5 fighters because that's what they can do. I don't think making 6 fighters would necessarily make sense for them. But I do agree that if they both are in the game, that a double reveal would be the best bet, and chances are they would both be revealed at E3, which is in 20 days. Oh my god, that's kind of crazy. So obviously a double DLC reveal would be amazing for these guys. Like, you could start with Banjo and Kazooie, you can show Spiral Mountain, and then suddenly it can, like, cut over to Minecraft, or vice versa. Might be better to show Banjo second, actually, because I think they draw more hype towards the end of a trailer than Steve would. But I think that makes sense, and I think putting them together would be quite exciting. Like, reveal DLC Pack 2 and 3 in the same, like, go. That would be amazing. That being said, I'm still pretty sure that DLC Pack 2 is going to Erdrick in the Square rep, and that makes me a bit less likely to see these two getting revealed at E3 together, simply because then we would only have one character to speculate on, and I don't think Nintendo's going to reveal all their cards that quickly. I don't think that's going to happen yet. So obviously, you bring up that Joker, proving you don't need to be the mascot of the franchise. I mean, Cloud isn't really the mascot of Final Fantasy, let's be real, that's the Moogles. But it's okay. Obviously, I'm looking for the rest of this thread, give me a moment. Yeah, it just goes back to everyone, the claim that we could get them both in the same pack, and I just very much disagree that that's ever going to happen. Nintendo is very cut and dry with their DLC, they don't really like to shape things up like we're kind of speculating, and I just don't see them putting Steve and Banjo in the same pack. As I said, have them be their own separate fighters with their own separate stage, with their own separate music, that is completely fine, I get that, I'm willing to accept that, but putting them in the same pack, no way, Nintendo won't do that. They'll be throwing away money, basically, and I just don't think that's right. Obviously, it could save room, but at the same time, they have said time and time again, 5 characters. We're getting 5 characters. We've got Joker, there's 4 more characters. They're not going to suddenly put 2 people into a fighter pack unless one of them's an Echo in order to add more fighters into the game. If they want to add more fighters into the game, they will do more DLC fighter packs after this first one ends. But honestly, this thread, I won't lie, I don't think this thread is necessarily good enough to really convince me that this could happen. I would like it to happen, but the real kicker is the very end, where it says this could be the exception pack due to Banjo's popularity, and I have to disagree there. I think if anything, it would be Steve that gets the exception, not Banjo, simply because Banjo isn't going to sell as well as Steve. If both of them got in the game, Steve would definitely sell more because kids know who Steve are, they don't know who Banjo is, and a lot of kids are the ones who are buying the DLC for Smash Ultimate, so you have to kind of keep that demographic in mind. I think it would be great to have both of these characters. I don't think this thread is necessarily the best way of describing why we would get both these characters, and I feel like it needed a bit more work. Just a few more reasonings, a few more factual reasonings as opposed to just speculation, that's all. But thank you very much, Chrono, for this thread. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.